The Budnytska case, February 2005. Miami, Florida. The city's humid air clings to the streets, neon lights flickering in the night. 21-year-old Budnytska, a cruise line worker from Ukraine, is temporarily staying at the airport Regency Hotel. She is recovering from a workplace injury, feeling isolated in a foreign land, longing for the sea and the familiarity of her job. The hotel is modest but comfortable, a temporary refuge, though she has no idea it will soon become the starting point of her nightmare. Her room is on the 5th floor, a simple yet cozy space with a small balcony that overlooks the city skyline. She spends most of her evenings watching the lights twinkle in the distance, wondering what the future holds. Tonight, however, she feels an unusual restlessness. The city is calling to her, beckoning her into the warm embrace of its nightlife. Ina, restless from days spent in her hotel room, decides to explore the city's nightlife. The streets pulse with energy, music spilling from bars, laughter ringing in the air. She meets a few acquaintances, enjoys some drinks, and embraces the carefree feeling of the moment. Her blonde hair cascades down her shoulders as she laughs, her Ukrainian accent weaving through conversations with newfound friends. Drinks are poured, toasts are made, and the night stretches on in a blur of flashing lights and rhythmic beats. She feels alive, invincible, unaware that the darkness of the night hides more than just shadows. As the night progresses, her steps become less steady, her mind hazy but still aware. By the time she returns to the hotel, it is already early morning. Surveillance footage captures her at 3:41 a.m., swaying slightly but in control, entering the lobby. She presses the elevator button, waiting, staring at her reflection in the polished doors. The lobby is nearly empty. A man with a suitcase lurks nearby, watching. Minutes pass. Ina remains in the lobby, leaning against the wall. Then, inexplicably, she disappears from the camera's view. No footage shows her entering the elevator or walking to her room. It is as if she has been swallowed by the night. The only trace of her presence is the brief overlap with the mysterious man in the lobby. But where did she go? Did someone lure her away? Did she willingly follow someone, unaware of the danger that awaited? The answers remain locked away in the lost hours that follow. 8:30 a.m. The Miami sun blazes down. A passerby, walking through a quiet cul-de-sac, stops abruptly. A woman lies motionless on the pavement, her clothing torn, her body bruised and battered. Blood stains the ground beneath her. She is breathing, barely. Her eyelids flicker, but her expression is one of vacancy, as if her mind is elsewhere, protecting itself from the horrors of the night before. The passerby fumbles for a phone, calling 911. Sirens wail in the distance, drawing closer. Paramedics rush to her side, their voices urgent yet gentle. They assess her injuries, noting the telltale signs of a brutal assault. Who could have done this? And why was she left here, abandoned like a discarded piece of trash? Police and paramedics arrive. The cul-de-sac is cordoned off. Ina is rushed to the hospital, her pulse weak but stable. The doctors confirm she has been brutally assaulted. The Miami police begin their investigation, but there is little to go on. Ina remembers nothing. The only clue, the last recorded footage of her at the hotel. Detectives comb through the evidence, questioning hotel staff, guests, and anyone who might have seen something. The security footage is scrutinized, frame by frame. The man with the suitcase stands out, his presence unnerving. Who is he? And why does he vanish from the footage just as suddenly as Ina does? Months pass. The case grows cold. Then, private investigator Ken Brennan is brought in. Brennan, methodical and relentless, pores over the surveillance footage, playing it again and again. He spots something, the man with the suitcase. His movements are calculated, too precise. He doesn't check in. He doesn't leave like a normal guest. He was there for something, or someone. Brennan digs deeper, tracking the man's movements beyond the hotel. He speaks to witnesses, pieces together a timeline, and soon, a name emerges, Michael Lee Jones. Brennan follows the trail, leading him to Michael Lee Jones. A seasoned predator. When Jones's DNA is entered into the FBI's CODIS database, a chilling revelation emerges. He is linked to multiple assaults across the country, including a case in Colorado Springs and 2 in New Orleans. He has been hiding in plain sight, moving from city to city, preying on women. Ina's case is no longer an isolated incident. It is part of a nationwide web of crimes, each victim suffering in silence, unaware of the others. The weight of justice presses down heavily. This man must be stopped. Jones is arrested, charged with kidnapping and sexual battery. Yet, the evidence is not airtight. The case falters. He pleads guilty to a lesser charge and receives only 2 years in prison. But justice is not done yet. His DNA lingers in the system, waiting for the right moment to expose his full depravity. The victims' voices grow louder. The authorities push harder. And soon, the cracks in his defense widen. In 2009, Jones is convicted in Colorado and sentenced to 24 years to life. In 2015, he pleads guilty to the New Orleans assaults, adding another 45 years to his time. Ina, her voice shaking but resolute, testifies. "It hurt me, but I did it for the other people," she says, ensuring that the men who shattered her life can never harm another. Her words echo through the courtroom, a testament to resilience, to survival, to justice finally served. Ina Budnytska's name is forever tied to a case that helped bring a predator to justice. Though her trauma lingers, she refuses to let it define her. She survived. And in doing so, she became a beacon of strength for others who faced the same darkness. The city moves on, its light still flickering in the night. But for Ina, the past is never far away. Yet, in the face of it all, she chooses to keep moving forward, step by step, a survivor in every sense of the word.